everyone. Today we will learn about tokens in Java. So let's start. First, what is tokens? Every language has a predefined set of characters, grammar and language rules. Similarly, Java also has a predefined set of basic elements, that is characters, symbols and punctuators, which are meaningful to the compiler. These are called tokens. In other words, we can say that all characters in Java program are grouped into symbols called tokens. A computer program consists of a set of instructions called statements. A statement is composed of various components. Each individual component of a programming statement is referred to as a token. So here are the 5 categories of tokens. First is keywords, second is identifiers, third is literals, fourth is punctuators and fifth is operators. Keywords. Keywords are special words that have special meaning in programming language. They represent a specific task to be performed. Keywords cannot be used as identifiers. All keywords are used in lowercase. Compiler works like a dictionary that stores the meaning of all keywords. Java compiler reserves these keywords for its own use, and hence they are not available as names for variables or methods. So while writing the code, if we write a word which is not understood by the compiler, it raises an error. So here are some Java keywords I have listed by its categories: primitive types and voids, modifiers, declarations, control flow, miscellaneous. But keywords goto and const are not currently used in Java. Identifiers. What is identifier? An identifier is any name given to different component of a Java program. These are used to denote class name, method name and variable names. So here I am giving one program in that which is identifier. As I say, a class name is an identifier. So here a class name is example. So it is an identifier. Now there are some naming conventions for Java identifiers. Conventions is the way in which something done. An identifier can consist of any combination of letters, digits, the underscore character and the $sign. These all can be used as identifiers. An identifier cannot be begin with a digit. The word or identifier it starts with digit, so it is invalid. Identifiers may be of any length. There is no restriction about the length. Both uppercase and lowercase letters can be used in naming an identifier. Java is case sensitive, which means that two identifier names that differ only in upper and lowercase characters are considered to be different identifiers. Therefore, here are some different identifiers examples. You can see that. Here are some examples of valid identifiers and invalid identifiers. Student underscore name, $M1 English, file C, underscore age, total, this underscore is underscore a underscore very underscore long underscore identifier. These all are valid identifiers. And here, this is invalid identifier because it is a Java keyword. Total amount is also invalid because there is a space between two words. 1M underscore ENG is also invalid because there is start with a digit. Total hyphen marks. It is also invalid because it uses hyphen. It is not used in identifiers. Literals. Literals are also known as constants. It is a value that remains fixed during the execution of a program. Suppose we write a program that calculates the area of a circle. The value of radius may vary from one circle to another, but the value of pi remains fixed for entire program. Hence, pi is a literal or constant that has a fixed value. Java supports these types of literals. There are 4 types of literals. First is numeric. There have subtypes of numeric literals, integer and real. Second is non-numeric. Their subtypes is character literals and string literals. Third is boolean and fourth is null. Numeric literals. Numeric literals are values that may consist of digits 0 to 9, a decimal point, a positive or negative sign. Integer literals. Integer literals are values which represent whole numbers only. They can be positive or negative values. The integer value that contains no sign represents a positive value by default. Here are some examples of valid integer literals and invalid integer literals. 101 plus 70 minus 92, these are valid integer literals. 32 space 822, it is invalid because there is a space in between numbers. 42,621, it is invalid because there uses a comma. Therefore, it is invalid integer literals. Real literals. Real literals are also called floating point literals as they represent values with a decimal point. These can be written either in fractional or exponential form. A real literal in the fractional form consists of signed or unsigned digits, including a decimal point between the digits. Examples of some valid real literals in the fractional form are 12.31 minus 8.20 plus 221.54, 12.002, 0.00486. These all are valid real literals. Here are invalid real literals in the fractional form. 45 or 52. There must have a decimal point. 45 point. Must have at least one digit after the decimal point. Point 20. Must have at least one digit before the decimal point. 21.21.21. Two decimal points are not allowed. 46,542. Comma is not allowed. So these all are invalid real literals. A real literal in the exponent form consists of two components, mantissa and exponent. For example, here 1.02 into 10 raised to 23 can be written in the exponent form as 1.02 e23, where 1.02 is the mantissa component before e and 23 is the exponent, the component after e. Note that the e23 represents a 10 raised to 23. So here are examples of valid real literals in the exponent form: 12.e4, 450e4, minus 6.700 e23, 152 e plus 8. And here are the invalid real literals are 12.3e, 12.3e 2.3, 0.65 e4, 12, 12 e2. These are all invalid because there are no digits specified after the exponent after e. Exponent must be an integer value, must have at least one digit before the decimal point. Comma is also not allowed. Non-numeric literals. Java offers two types of non-numeric literals. First is character literals. Literals of this type represent exactly one character inside a single quote. Here are the examples of character literals. K semicolon @4 is encoded in single quote. These are the valid examples of character literals. String literals. One or more characters enclosed inside double quotes are string literals. Here are the examples of the string literals. They all are enclosed in double quotes, as you can see here. Boolean literals. The logical values true and false are the Boolean literals. During a logical evaluation, the true or false literals represent on or off, yes or no, presence or absence of something. The null literal. This is a special kind of literal which is represented by the keyword null or escape sequence followed by \theta. Punctuators. Punctuators are symbols used for grouping and separating the code. Every language has a unique set of special symbols that work as a punctuators or separators. Here are the various punctuators. Parentheses. Parentheses or round brackets are used to define methods. They are also used to define the precedence of operators in an expression. In addition to this, they are also used to define conditions in control structure. Curly braces. Curly brackets are used to define a block of code in Java program. They are also used to initialize the values of arrays. Square brackets. Square brackets are used to declare arrays and refer to values at a particular index. Semicolon. The most commonly used separator in Java is the semicolon. It is used to separate statements. Comma. It is used to separate consecutive identifiers in a variable declaration. Period. The period operator in Java is used to access member variables and methods. It is also used to differentiate the package names from sub-package and class names. Operators. Operators are symbols which are used to perform arithmetic or logical operations in a given expression. The variables, literals or values are combined to build an expression. The variables or literals on which an operator is applied are known as operands. An operator needs one or more operands to perform any operation. For example, in the expression 2 plus 6, 2 plus 6 are operands, whereas plus is the operator. Here are the main categories of operators in Java. Unary operators, assignment operators, arithmetic operators, relational operators, increment or decrement operators, logical operators, bitwise operators, conditional or ternary operators, and here are their subtypes of operators. So that's it for today. Hope you have understood the topic and liked the video. Thank you.